Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check into golf. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that court. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Put your hands in your fingers. Your ears with get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get to fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles. The exhibition season is over. It's time to play for real as the 2018 NFL season is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Now Roethlisberger. And Davis has it over the middle. And he's able to get up here to the 26. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
On third down, Roethlisberger. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So opening drive, third down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on third down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it when you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Here we go.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon, and he'll get it down here to the 43. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. The 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
That's a big league run. Takes them down inside the 5-yard line, and momentum definitely on the side of the guys on offense. And if you're an offensive lineman, you love to run the football, especially out in the field where there's some space. But I will get you in on a little bit of a secret. Those guys like it in tight, too, because they get matched up and they get to show just how stout they are in a tough situation. They're recommending they run it again.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Melvin Gordon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The defending champion Eagles having their troubles in this first game since Super Bowl 52, but they've got a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Locke. He juked him. Oh, and now he bowls him over. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8. From the gun, here's Locke. He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Nickel Roby-Coleman there defensively.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
Leckler now on as he'll punt this away. This will be fielded at the 17. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
There he goes inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go now.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And a short gain here down to the 22. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to...
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Juszczyk taking it in. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Spinning past him. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And out and out come the Eagles. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. Now a first down throw. Luck. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now Luck. And this one complete to Julius Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, Luck. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move as they face a second down here. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Luck on 2nd down. And this is complete to Zach Miller. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. And this is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. On first down, it's Luck. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his seconds. Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Going underneath for Gordon. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Snickers, 66.
Now Gordon on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Leonard Williams in there to get him for a loss of 5. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball, And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Luck. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Tyus Bowser able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Shane Leckler now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking on the midfield logo. 35 yards that time on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So out come the Falcons now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Here we go. 8. Hey. King. Black is on.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And, Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Now it's Sony Michel with his first NFL carry. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made by Tyus Bowser.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Now it's his carry for Melvin Gordon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. the counter. Here's Gordon. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Vernon Davis, as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
9 seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now whistles and a time. Timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case,
it got his man complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. It's a big play there for the Eagles. And even 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A give. This is Kamara. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Something to watch here in Week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage. But It's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Hurry, hurry! Gun.
Out of the gun, Love. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now it's Roethlisberger. And Sanders has got it complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and 2, Luck. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They snap it to Locke. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Roethlisberger now 12 of 15 throwing the ball. 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. of the gun. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Emmanuel Sanders, 64 yards. And the Falcons add on. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Here's Love. Eluded, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tyus Bowser in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance.
It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 39 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Locke. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Now a 1st down throw. Locke. Escaping the pressure right. Are in for 6. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Elliott now to kick this one away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Michael Kendricks in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Luck. A dump off to Vereen. Fights through at the 5. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Back to the air. Luck on 2nd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. To the air again. Luck. And that is incomplete.
While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Luck now to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Again, Luck. This will be caught at about the 5. But he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Elliott now to kick this one away. Short boot, take it at the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field. What was once a really comfortable lead is not so comfortable anymore. Down to a 2-score game after they've seen a pair of touchdowns go against them on those last 2 drives.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get off of autopilot right now, okay? Get back to what was working for them earlier. Understand that they still have a 2-score lead, so it's not dire, but at the same time, okay, guys, let's mash the gas. Let's get going again. Let's have some fun.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. Odell Beckham, 66 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road, week one. You're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here's Luck now on second down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Demario Davis. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Luck. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. With it is Brown. Able to avoid him. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Miller from 17 yards out. And the Eagles get a score closer. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you'd think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Got some real estate inside the 30, and all the way down to the 17-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Leonard Williams in there to get him for his second sack of the night. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Luck on first down. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. The Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick, there on the coverage. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Locke. And he comes back with one complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
Here's Locke. Caught right side, Jerron Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, it's Locke. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Second and 10, Luck again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Locke. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran Devin McCourty. You got a hand in there to break that one up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Desperation time for Luck on fourth down. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
This is Cohen on the toss. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Off the toss, Cohen. He's to the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. 22 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. A shotgun snap for Luck. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. And his throw is incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. Back to throw, Luck. And that's incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Roethlisberger will throw. And this one is incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching. Huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Fourth down. Here's Roethlisberger. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Leonard Williams in there to get him again. The third time he sacked him here tonight. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a first carry here for Shane Vereen. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.